What's going on YouTube? Derek Short here. This video right here is going to be covering installing a pipe. I meant to do this on my last build, but I did it. I was a one-man crew in the last one. I tried to do it, the lighting wasn't right, and you guys probably wouldn't get it. You know, it won't be very helpful, I guess. So we're gonna do it right. This is my newest build I'm working on right here. This is the newest GoPed build. This is the second one I've done. So that's that. Let's get right in here to the video. To do this right here properly, or the way that I do it, these are things you're going to need. First up is blue Loctite. You can get away with red if you want, but I recommend blue. Some high temp RTV silicone. The reason why we're using high temp is it's exhaust, it gets very hot. Next here is our hardware. This is the Jet Pro Race Rhino pipe that we'll be installing. It comes with all this hardware here, except these washers. This is just something that I do my personal self, is I add these washers onto the manifold when I screw it on, which I'll be covering here. Lastly is some plumber's tape, and basically the reason why I use that is to help seal this manifold when the pipe gets installed, to help prevent it, you know, from leaking so much and you get all that nasty oil residue dripping down your cases here. Makes your motor run hot, dirt gets on there, makes it run even hotter because of the oil dripping. So just a little tip why I use this. It's not permanent, it doesn't last forever, but it does really help out quite a bit. So there's that. The gasket here, the exhaust gasket. As far as tools we'll need for installing it, you're going to need a Torx T27 and a 4mm Allen wrench. This happens to be a T-wrench. So, alright, getting started here. We're going to start off with our RTV silicone. Sorry, before I forget, mention one thing, some rubbing alcohol. What I use this for is before I apply the RTV silicone, I make sure there's no oil residue left here on the manifold. So I'll take my towel, give it a couple little sprays, mush it in a little bit, and just basically wipe up any residue that might be on there. Look at that, just that little bit right there I wiped up. That little dirt, just from that one little wipe. And it looked pretty clean as it was, so it's a good thing we're doing this before we actually install that. So get that residue wiped up so you got a good clean surface there now. Take our RTV high temp silicone, and just if you watch my installing the head kit, or the head shell, or not head shell but the top end on this motor here, you'll see that we are basically doing the exact same thing. We're just putting a thin layer of RTV silicone around the manifold here, or around the exhaust port. So just a thin layer. That's pretty good right there. Now we're going to do the same thing to our manifold, the exhaust manifold here. Alright, just about done. A little more down here, call that good. Alright, that looks pretty good. Just a thin layer. See about how thick that is. Alright. So next, set that down for a second. Take our washer, install it over that. Shake up our blue Loctite. Open that up. Just gonna put a little dab of blue Loctite right on the end of it here. One more on the other side. Alright, just like that. Set that down there. Same thing on the next one here. Alright. Pretty good. Set that down. Take our manifold here, put our bolts through it, And we're going to take our gasket, our exhaust gasket here, put that through just like so. And we're going to line our bolts up with the manifold here. Get in a little closer up top. There you go. See how we're doing this? So we're going to push our bolts into place. It's going to be a 4mm. Come on, get in there. There we go. Drop the camera down a little bit. No, angle down. Here, come up top. Come up top. Angle it like. Sorry guys, getting all dizzy probably. Rookie cameraman. And he's been doing most of my filming, believe it or not. A little rusty here, you guys. It's been a while since I've done a video like this, a build video. So anyways, let's get those started. Make sure you get them both started before you start and tighten any of them down. So we're just going to kind of snug them up here as we get closer. Alright, check our next one here. So got that one snugged up. Get a little final tighten on that one. And snug it up and a little final tighten. Excuse me, double check that one. That's pretty good. So we'll come down here. If you guys look now, we have a very thin layer that's getting squeezed out. See down below there, hopefully you guys can see that. Hopefully the lighting's good. So we got our thin layer that's squeezing out, so that's good. Next, we're going to be using our our RTV silicone and the plumber's tape. And what we're going to be doing here is applying the RTV first to our exhaust manifold. Just kind of dab it all over there. Nothing too crazy thick, just a, you know, semi-thin layer, but not too thin. So RTV's been sitting for a little while, a little hard to squeeze out. Come down below here. Squeeze a little more on. Here, come back up over here. Up top on this side. There you go. Alright. Alright, next I'm just gonna dab the rest of it around with my finger. This is really hard to squeeze out right now. Alright. Alright. Call that good. Take your rag. If you got it all over your hands like I did, just wipe your hands off so you're not tracking all this RTV all over your exhaust pipe and your head and everything. So, got that. Now onto our plumber's tape here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap it around. So just wrap it a couple times around. Do one more wrap around the back and we'll call that good, I think. And there we go. So hopefully that's not too thick. Kind of just play it by ear. It's been a while since I've done this. So hopefully I didn't get it too thick or too thin. So, alright, next we got our exhaust pipe here. Make sure my hands are clean. Our exhaust pipe here. The tip here is what we're going to be doing the inside part of it. We're going to be filling the inside edge with full of the RTV silicone. So here I'm just going to squeeze it out. Get your hands somewhat clean. So dab a little bit on there, squeeze some more out, dab that in there, and then I'll just work around with my finger here in a second. Alright. Hopefully that works for you guys. Very difficult angle for me, but I hope you guys can see that. I'm just taking my finger, putting it in there, and get a little more. Alright, so let's see, hope you guys can see in there now. Such a horrible angle, I know. So you guys see roughly about what we did in there? Hopefully. Alright, all that good. Get my finger off here, get the residue off again. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, so now we're going to do, actually before I do that, just a second. Alright, shine the camera right in there. So you see right in the exhaust manifold now, that little bit of RTB when we installed the manifold, they got all squeezed out. We don't want that in there. We want our exhaust to flow as smooth as possible. So I'm going to take a little flathead screwdriver here and scrape all that out. So let me do that, and then we'll show you guys, zoom you guys in here, show you what I did exactly. So it's not too bad actually, it didn't get too bad in there. I do have a little bit more to clean up. Usually I do, once I get the gist of it with the screwdriver, I'll stick my finger in there and try to just pull any excess out. Let's see here. Almost. Alright, that's pretty good. So zoom that camera back in there. So hopefully you guys can see now how much cleaner it is. Get the light over here a little bit. So hopefully you guys can see that. If not, you guys get the idea what I'm doing here. So now, get the exhaust pipe, and we're gonna line it up here and slide it over. I can get it lined up over there. Let's see here. Get that out of the way. What the hell is it hitting?
Spark plug.
Oh. Shit. Alright, let me pull this spark plug real quick. Never had that issue before, but apparently it's something sparked it. So, anyways, alright, let's get back in here. Long video, I know you guys are probably hating me right now. So if you're still with me, good job, you're getting it. Or maybe you guys can just fast forward through the video and get to the important parts that you need. So. Alright. So we'll screw that down in there. that good. Go and tighten it up. Just a little snug right there. Call that good. That back on. Let's get that. So our next bolt here. Get our blue Loctite again. Now this is the T27 that we'll be using on this guy right here. Some of you guys may have lost this bolt and you just use a little make-do one that's not a T27 Torx, which is fine. But throw a little blue Loctite on there. Get it started. So we're not going to tighten it down all the way yet, we're just kind of starting it. Call that good. So let's go ahead and swing around over here now. So if you look over here, we got these two brackets that we need to install. Right there and there. Got our two bolts for those right here. Again, throw some more blue Loctite on there. There and there. Okay, this is a 4mm. Go ahead and start this one first. Doesn't matter which one you do first, or start first. We'll go ahead, let's get it started. Not tightening anything down yet, we're just getting everything started. Okay, over here on the back one. We'll get this guy lined up and started. Alright, so we'll snug that